Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Chance, and today I'm going to talk to you about a unique game that I found. This is going to be the Shadow Theater: The Legend of the Monkey King. Now, I'll admit, this is a game I knew basically nothing about when I picked it up. I was just browsing at one of my friendly local game stores, came across this box and was intrigued by the art, chatted with the owner a little bit, who also knew very little about it, but decided that I was going to take it home. And overall, I was pleasantly surprised. I actually really enjoyed this game. So let's get into a quick overview and then I'll move on to my final thoughts. This is just essentially a two-player abstract worker placement game. Both players are going to start with about 3 monkeys. The second player gets 1 extra monkey. And on your turn, you have 2 possible actions. One is to take one of your monkeys, who is a worker, and place them into one of the worker placement spots on the board. There are a total of 3 regions on the board with 3 worker placement spots each. So you just place your monkey there and take the action printed on the board. You don't even really need the rule book. The board tells you exactly what you're going to be doing. The other option for the player is to take all of the workers from one region. So as the game goes around, players are going to be placing out monkeys, and then every now and again, someone's going to take those monkeys from that region and return them back to their supply. So they're going to gain more workers to continue taking more actions with. The actions on the board are all very straightforward. Like this blue region over here is take a dragon weapon card. This middle region right here is just take 2 monkeys and a jade. And then the last region down at the end is take a peach and move the Monkey King. So what are you working towards in this game? Well, this game comes with a very succinct player aid that gives you your scoring objectives. Essentially, the game, each round is going to continue until one of the resource piles has been depleted. So the resource piles are the dragon weapon cards, the monkey supply, the jades, and the peaches. Once one of those are gone, the round will end. And once a round ends, players will score. The scoring is going to be based on this card, so this one says, and this is probably my favorite line of the game, is 1 peach feeds 3 monkeys. And then every fed monkey is going to be worth 1 point. And then players will also score 1 point for each dragon weapon card they have at the end of the round, 2 points for every set of 3 jades they have, and then whichever player has the most jades is going to score an extra 2 points. So overall, a really simple structure. The turns are quick. It's either place a monkey or take all monkeys from one region, and the turns move pretty rapidly during this game. Now, if that was all that was happening, I would say this game would get a little repetitive and there wouldn't be a whole lot of variety in it, but the developers added some of that variety for the players. First up is going to be these dragon weapon cards. So while they're going to be worth a point each if you hold on to them until the end of the game, you do have the option of playing these at the beginning of your turn. The rule for playing these is that you must, to be able to play them, the Monkey King must be in the region matching the dragon weapon card. So like this one right here, I'm holding a blue one, which I think is the Dragon's Lair or something. So essentially if the Monkey King was in the blue region, I'll be able to play this card. So right now he's in the green, I cannot play the card. But he's over here. At the beginning of my turn, I'd be able to play this card and do whatever it says. This one says, your opponent must return 1 card of their choice to the top of the draw deck. So basically they're getting rid of one of their Dragon Weapons card. So there are a few take that cards in there, which are going to be like return a peach or steal a monkey. But overall, I would say this game doesn't feel all that mean. I don't know how to fully explain it because it's just it's so quick and light that whenever someone does that, it's just like, okay, let's moving on. Like it's not like a combat game where you're spending an hour and a half working on your plans and someone attacks you and ruins your entire game and you're out for the night or whatever. This one, a round's gonna be over in 3 minutes or something, so it doesn't really matter in the long run. Then the other thing that's gonna add some variety are this stack of tiles. So these tiles right here each player will be dealt 2, and they get to choose one to keep for the round. And these are going to give them essentially a bit of an asymmetric objective for the round. Like this one here says, when collecting 1 or more monkeys, return 1 jade to the supply, or to take 1 peach, or vice versa. So this one is essentially allowing you to boost up your collection one, and maybe you want to start collecting one worker so you can continue doing that and kind of rush the end by trading in these supplies. This one here is when moving the Monkey King onto a location, collect one monkey from that location. So basically you get to move the Monkey King and get another worker. Let's do one more. So this is when placing one monkey in the Emperor's Palace, which is the green, you get to take a peach instead of a jade, which is super interesting because while the jade score points, this one's telling you you're going to want to collect a bunch of monkeys and a bunch of peaches, and really rush that endgame for against your opponent. Now this brings up some interesting play states that I think really kind of make this game worth playing for me. So, for example, there's been one game where we got 3 monkeys out on the Dragon's Den here, and there was only one Dragon Weapons card left in this deck. So that means whoever was able to get that card ended the round. But because there's 3 monkeys were here, no one wanted to be the one to take those, because neither of us had enough peaches to be able to feed them to score them at the end of the round. So whoever took those was going to have a bunch of monkeys they couldn't feed, and then the next person was going to take that final card, ending the round. So it ended up being this thing where we're playing on this other side of the board, just kind of trying to shore up our points before someone was able to trigger that game end. So overall, I think this game offers a really, for being such a quick game, it offers a really interesting decision space and offers gamers like kind of a little bit of crunch on what they're doing on their decisions, because there's that kind of worker blocking a little bit, but then that worker collection, like do you put down that third worker in the region, allowing that other player to take all 3 of them, or maybe you see that they don't have enough peaches to feed them, so it's not that big of a risk for you. So overall, it's just a really cool little light game. Final thoughts on this. I would say this is not something that you really, I don't say you need to seek this out, like this is not something that has to be in my collection, but in this category I kind of put my filler 2-player card games, and sometimes like those are going to be some head-to-head things, maybe some set collection, maybe just some super light things, and it's not always, those are not always the ones I want to play. This is kind of a unique fit because this has that abstract feel, it has that worker placement mechanic in here, which just, it feels like a little bit more than some of those 2-player card games that I have, which means that I think I'll actually bring this out again, because I can teach it really fast, we can set it up and play it really fast, and I feel like there's a fun decision space for me. So overall, I do enjoy this game. I would say that if this sounded interesting to you, definitely worth checking out. So let me know your thoughts below. Like I said, there's not a ton of information out there on this game, so definitely let me know if you have any questions and I'll do my best to answer. But that'll do it for today, so thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.